Hello everyone and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. I am Madeline, the Alabaster Jar Goddess. I'm still here. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do honey jars, right? Because I work with Oshun. She's one of my goddesses. She's an Orisha. And she loves to work with honey, right? Even though you must taste the honey before giving it to her as an offering. And I'm going to show you guys how to put someone in a honey jar that has been either pestering your life, rubbing you off the wrong way. Let's see other reasons. You want to protect yourself from people that are doing, negative or throwing negative things towards you. And this negative thing can be either words, it can be either words and actions. They can start or they can be, or they want to start hexing you. If they're just around you and they're just causing drama in your life, this is perfect, because in a sense you can say, yes, oh look, Madeline, you're hexing somebody. I don't consider this hexing, because when you hex somebody, you throw them in jail. You want their whole fucking life messed up. This spell right here, you don't want their life messed up unless they want your life messed up, right? So this would be like a return to sender. Maybe this is considered a hexing, but this would be like a return to sender. You need honey. This is the honey that I use. This is the golden blossom honey. If you're working with Oshun, she loves this, or at least my Oshun loves this, right? She loves this one because it's a little expensive. It's on the expensive side and it tastes great. You need nails. I'm doing 2 people, and this is a real spell. You need nails. You can use these nails. I like these nails that are all crooked and tangled up, where they have little, edges on them, because these nails, they're not the straight ones, and to me it represents, them not getting out of whatever ditch hole they're trying to put you in, right? You need black pepper. You can use either a pencil, you can use a black Sharpie, a pencil, which I do not use, but most hoodoo workers do use pencils. I don't like pencils because then it comes off. Like when you're writing on your piece of paper, it comes off the piece of paper. I don't like that. I feel that way. You need a black pen. You need a jar, a straw. You need either a white or black candle, or you can use a yellow candle because Oshun's color is yellow, and she's the one that works with the honey jars. I use a white candle because it's a representative of all colors, right? And you need your paper. This type of paper, this brown this brown paper, you can use it for doing either spell work or hexing somebody, or when you're doing your honey jars or return to sender. This paper is great. This is the paper used in hoodoo practice or santeria. You can use this, and you don't have to pay for this. You can save each paper that they give you at the grocery store and cut them off in a triangle. If you're doing a honey jar for love, you can cut it as a heart. Symbolism, colors is very important. Or you can use construction paper, which I've heard people use. You can use a construction paper with the color of whatever it is that you're using. So if you're writing something to put somebody in darkness, which is possible using a honey jar, spell, work, you can use, red for love or pink for love, yellow to represent Oshun, and then you just write your petition. For hoodoo practitioners, you use the this brown paper. This is the one that we use. So use this one, and I'm going to, oh, and your lighter, of course. Da 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 da. You need your lighter. I'm gonna stop the video right here because I'm getting notifications on my phone, and then I'm gonna, start the video again. So I'll be with you guys in just a moment. All right, guys. So I'm back. So yes, I was gonna start with my demonstration. The reason, like I mentioned before, the reason why you guys can do these spell work is so that people can stop bothering you. I do honey jars because I can never just, even though I have the power to do it because I'm a witch, I can never just send someone to jail. I can never send someone to just their entire life to be ruined. I don't have that amount of hate in my heart for somebody. If you ever work with me or you hire me to give you a reading and that's the type of work you want to do, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not the girl for you, right? That's not my thing. That's not my practice. But if you're watching this video and you're not a witch, this is something that you can safely do at home because this is a return to sender. If you're not a witch, make sure that you do a little bath, a little cleansing bath. I did a video haul about the baths. You can also purchase them in your nearest botanica or namaste shop or metaphysical shop or witchy store. Anywhere around you, they usually sell those baths. And they're really good to protect yourself before you do this ritual or this spell work, and you do one after you do the spell work, right? Because you need to learn to protect yourself. If you're not a witch and you're not constantly feeding spirit and feeding your ancestors, that is a great way to protect yourself, is to do the bath before and then do a bath after the spell work. So first and foremost, you need a jar. You can do this jar. I'm only putting 2 people in this jar. And the reason being is because they keep coming for me. And if you keep coming for me, I'm not going to send you to die, but I'm going to prevent you from hurting me, from doing whatever it is that you're trying to do, either physically. I'm preventing physical harm, and I'm preventing also verbal. When people talk shit about you or they talk negative about you, they're sending negative vibrations, not just to the universe, but with your name. So they're sending it to you via vibrations. So this is a great way to ward off those little leeches. If you're experiencing psychic vampires and you know who's doing it to you, you have their name, their first, last name, and their date of birth is wonderful to have. If you don't have that and you only have their first name or just the name they go by, you have a picture of them in your mind, and your mind is what's creating the magic for you. So you can do all of this, but if your mind isn't set right, then the spell work is not going to work. So once you're doing this work, then you know in your mind to physically visualize these people saying things to you, and this work is stopping them. So once you're doing it and you're putting in the honey and you're putting in your ingredients, visualize people not bothering you anymore, and you're already returning it to sender. So visualize yourself already returning it to them. So the first ingredient that you need is the honey. And like I mentioned in the first part of the video, you need to taste your honey, right? Because if you're working with Oshun, which is an Orisha, she was, if you guys didn't know, somebody tried to kill her by poisoning her with honey. So I'm going to take a little bit more. And it tastes magnificent. I'm going to open the jar like this. You're going to put a little bit of honey first, right? Almost to the middle. Almost to the middle. And then I already have my petitions written down for these individuals. There's 2, like I said. I'm going to fold the paper up. Well, let's see. I don't want to put their names. I'm going to fold the paper up. Then the nail that you have, you're going to poke a hole right in the middle. And if you can't poke a hole, you know what you do? Let's see, with a pen or a scissor, you poke a hole. Let's see if this can do it, because this paper is serious. You know what? Where is my scissor? Ta-da-ta-ta-da-da. That will be bad. Okay. I'm trying to push it in here. And that should tell me something, right? And if it doesn't fold and it doesn't work, you can put a hole wherever, as long as the nail goes right through it, right? Right through the paper. You put the, see the person and their name and everything, you put it in here. And even if it goes over, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to fold this paper again. And as you're folding your paper and writing your petitions, you manifest it in your mind. And you tell yourself, I want this person to just stop bothering me. Whatever they say can go back to them. Whatever they say against me can go back to them 10 times over. I don't do the 3-fold. I do 10 times when I'm doing the honey jars. The next ingredient that you're going to need is the black pepper. So put a little bit of black pepper on top, right? And the black pepper represents protection against these individuals, or whatever it is that you're trying to do with these individuals, right? So before you put the rest of the honey and a little bit more of pepper, you're going to put more intention into it. So I'm going to be quiet because I'm going to put my intention into the jar. So here it is. Okay. And so it will be. Always make sure to say that when you're doing your spells, so it will be. After you put your intentions, you say, so it will be. Or at least that's what works for me. Or in Spanish, así será. So you let the honey drip in there after you put your intention. I know that was a lot of intention, but I love to visualize things. Visualization is importante. So after you put your honey in there, I'm going to put a little bit more of black pepper because these two, After you do that, you seal your jar. Let's see. Make sure that your jar is completely sealed. You can move it around to make sure that their names is in the bottom. and that they have honey all over them, right? And what you're going to do after this is how it looks like. So after you move it around, this is how it looks. After you have them in here, you light your candle. I'm not going to light it on camera because I'm going to put this jar right next to on my altar for Oshun. You're going to let the candle drip finish, right? Excuse the noise in the background. So you're going to let the candle finish on top, just like this, on top of your jar. So you're going to let it drip, even if it falls right next to it, right over here, even if the candle wax falls right over here, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let it drop. After that, you put this jar in a black bag and do not allow under any circumstances for the sun to hit it. So you could put it under your bed. You could put it in a corner somewhere where you know the sun is not going to hit it in this black bag, you know. And you can leave it there and you just watch it. You'll hear about them. You'll hear about people and what happens to them every time they say something to you. Or they'll just plain and simply disappear out of your life, or they will start being nice to you, or start trying to get on your good side. And then once you do that, then you get them out of your life completely, because if they do it once and they're this malicious and it gets to this point where you have to put somebody in a honey jar, then that means that that person is going to continue to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, and also, once you stick them in the black bag, duct tape the bag, right? And then put it where the light does not hit the honey jar. And you can repeat this if they continue to bug you or continue to mess around with you. You can repeat this and put them in as many honey jars as it takes. Usually, I've heard people put the same person in 5 honey jars because Oshun's number is 5, and like different honey jars, and put them in certain places. Or you could just put the honey jar in the black bag in the freezer. That also works too if they continue to bother you. But make sure it's somewhere away from the light bulb. You stick them in the freezer and that'll do it. That should be able to seal somebody from bothering you. And it should protect you from their disgusting words or their malice intent against you. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, you guys can leave comments below. Dislike, like my videos. And I will see you guys at the next video. Bye.